welcome to Offensive, where this panel is going to actually probably start for the Packers this weekend in the Packer Bear game. Likely, Dave could play tackle.
That.
You could probably Zach Tom spot at right tackle, Dave.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be a turnstile all day.
Derek, who would you replace on the Packers that's down? Would you play some safety?
I wouldn't replace any injured people. I'd replace Enigbari on special teams. They would put me in for him. Yeah. I would literally just stand there, do nothing, maybe even get run over, and I would do a better job. So
probably you don't take a penalty on you. That's
exactly. As long as I don't get a penalty, like I win. I'm successful. So yeah, that's who I would replace on the Packers.
I would try to replace Christian Watson, but I would not. I have like a 5.8 speed, so I don't think that would work so well.
I think Musgrave, you could maybe replace Musgrave.
But he's not injured.
Yeah, I know, but all you got to do is fall down as soon as you catch the ball.
I'm like the opposite of Luke Musgrave. I don't have the speed, but I will catch the ball while running at the same time.
Dude, like chewing and just Musgrave, chew gum and
I can
walk.
chew gum,
practice,
and run at the same time. So and virtually I'm the same speed as him because I can do the things.
Right. I mean, if you can't run after the catch ever, how fast are you really? I don't know.
You can get open, but that's it. I mean, you can't do anything else.
All right. So tons of crazy games this weekend. Instead of going over them all, let's talk about what actually matters, which is Dem playoffs. So let's start with the AFC playoff picture. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller there. There we go. Okay, so the Broncos, after beating the Packers, clinched a playoff berth, not the 1 seed, but
they look good doing it too.
Yeah, they got a lot closer because the Patriots ended up choking away that game against the Bills. Me and Dave called the Bills. Man, it did not look good to start. I'll tell you what, it did not look too good to start. 21-0, 24-3 at one point, and the Bills scored touchdowns on 5 straight drives. Again, my whole concern all year with the Patriots was this defense. I thought they were way overrated. They've played a bunch of terrible teams, and the Bills kind of took it to them. But that Patriots offense is no joke. I know the Bills defense isn't very good, but the Patriots offense actually looked good. They just couldn't do as much in the second half when it counted. Bills, still behind them. Bills are 10-4, Patriots 11-3, but we'll see. The Bills might have a small outside chance to still win that division. But dude, it looks like the Jaguars got their division locked up. They looked really good yesterday. Old man, I was going to say Old Man Rivers. It's Old Man Rivers actually couldn't get it done, but he played fairly well.
He threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah. I was like, what is it? What should I? It's Old Man River. I should change it. And it's like, wait, his name is Rivers. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's Old Man River. Sounds a lot nicer than P River.
Yeah.
But anyways, that wasn't his fault. It was his head coach mismanaged the clock, unfortunately, on their last drive, leaving too much time on there for Seattle to come back down and take the lead back. But River, it was a great story up until the very end, but he did everything that he could, anything that you could have hoped for. I don't know. I think it's still a cool story.
I honestly thought they were about, not quite as bad as I thought they'd be. They were a little better than I thought they'd be, but I mean, props to the Colts defense for keeping them in that game. 6 field goals. Like the Colts defense didn't allow a touchdown and they lost.
Crazy.
So like, as good as the story is, it's also terrible that the Colts defense didn't allow a touchdown and they lost the game. So yeah, but I think the Colts are toast now.
Imagine if Rivers gets a full week of practicing, man, and get some hot dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep dreaming, dude. Keep dreaming. I mean, his joints are gonna hurt today again. Remember now. I don't know.
Imagine how much trash talk he's just saying out on the field now. He's got 5 years, built up.
Yeah, right. Because he was always the biggest trash talker, right?
Yeah, he likes to talk
everyone
trash.
says he's the best at it.
Because he doesn't swear, and it's like a 12-year-old yelling at you. See that, buddy? You're freaking
job,
terrible. Yeah. Do you know how good we are? We're the freaking best.
We're the best.
Gosh darn it. We're so amazing. Did you see that? Yeah, that's why he's the best trash talker because it's like the kid next door yelling at you. That's why people are like, oh, he's so good at it. It's cute. It's
right.
Cute.
The benefit of him doing that is he didn't have to worry about getting the big uppercut like a certain somebody like Jennings. Although maybe if he did, then he wouldn't have had 10 kids and, a little bit more free time, but who knows?
Yeah. Hey, man. I mean, I think after this last stint, he might go home and make number 11 because he's like, I got to put my energy elsewhere. So we'll see what happens. All right. The Steelers are playing now. They're currently beating the Dolphins. Go Dolphins. We'll see what happens. But if they win this game, they'll be a game ahead of the Ravens, but the Ravens and the Steelers play again next week. So that division's very up in the air. The Chargers. Let's talk about the Chargers, who did the entire world a favor outside of the Swifties, and a few Kansas City Chiefs fans. Thank you, Chargers, because I want you guys to look at this AFC playoff picture. I know you already know, but let's just say it. There's no Chiefs here. They are officially eliminated. They cannot make the playoffs. Now, Patrick Mahomes getting hurt. Nobody really wanted to see that, right? It's sad. Dude, you know what my first thought is? And call me dark. It's like, oh, now Patrick Mahomes is hurt, so people are going to talk about that instead of how the Chiefs suck. So, the Chiefs suck. Don't forget. But hopefully Patrick gets healthy. But the Chiefs are in complete reset mode. And this is probably the end of the dynasty, but at least we're hoping so. So we'll see. So Bills, great comeback yesterday. Texans look dominant in their win. Outside of the Ravens, do you guys think the Colts or the Dolphins have any chance to get in? Because either the Chargers, the Bills, or the Texans would basically have to fall apart, or the Jaguars potentially for the Colts. So do you guys think that the AFC playoff picture is set, or do you think any of these teams can sneak in?
It'd be tough. The Chargers could fall apart. They sometimes do that late in the season. But I don't know, man. The Colts are I just don't think Philip Rivers has that much DNA sperm in his body to like bring him all the way back into the playoffs.
Yeah. And if you guys look at it, the Steelers have a 60% chance, the Ravens have a 48%, but the Chargers, Bills, and Texans are all over 90% chance to make the playoffs, right? So this seems pretty set in stone. Now, do the Broncos get the 1 seed is the next question, right? So the Broncos have a game up on the Patriots. They got 2 games up on the Jaguars. I mean, there's an outside chance the Chargers could catch them because the Chargers and Broncos do play, right, before the season's out. So that would be 3 losses for the Broncos. And the Chargers they'd have to lose another game. But do you guys think the Broncos are the 1 seed? Do you think that's going to happen? Or do you think there's any team that can catch them?
Broncos have Jaguars at the Chiefs and Chargers, so 2 of those should be tough. Let's see, who do the Pats have left? I haven't looked at that. They got at Ravens, at Jets, and versus Dolphins. So
don't count out the Dolphins, man. Just saying.
But that's just it. With their coach, they would love to play spoiler in week 18. So that's not going to be a guarantee. Right. Jets, that's a guarantee. Ravens, just haven't seen enough to really care about them this year. So, I think the Pats have the easier path. But I think seeing what the Broncos did defending the home turf against a solid Green Bay team, I think they're going to hold on to it. I really do.
So the Broncos are undefeated at home this year. Then they've got a home game against the Jaguars and a home game against the Chargers, and then they play at the Chiefs, which without Patrick Mahomes are basically useless at this point. So I feel like the Broncos are going to get the 1 seed.
The Jaguars, though, have not a terrible schedule.
Yeah,
but they do have to play the Broncos, so that's the problem.
That's next week. So if I guess what I would say is if the Broncos win that game, then I would say the Broncos are pretty much guaranteed to get the 1 seed because we know they're going to beat the Chiefs. And even if they lose to the Chargers at that point, they'll be a game ahead of everybody. And I feel like they're going to get it. That's just my personal opinion.
Thing is that if somehow the Jaguars pull off a victory against the Broncos, then they have to play the Colts and the Titans, and they could easily win both those games.
Yeah. And the Chargers beat the Broncos earlier this year. So if the Chargers take that second game and they tie, Chargers automatically get that division, right? And then maybe could get the 1 seed, but the Patriots are there too. So I don't know. The most Chargery thing ever, though, would be for the Chargers to go on a tear, get the 1 seed, and then lose their first playoff game.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's in the cards, just saying. But to me, I feel like it's the Broncos, but there's an outside chance the Chargers could do it too. All right, so let's move on because AFC, like we said, it's 95 or 90 across the board for most people. So let's go to the NFC playoff picture. Bears jump back up to 2 guys. Packers jump down to 7. You know, it's funny, Dave. Look at it again. Bears playoff chance is 73. Packers 87. Right there, that's almost insulting. Like, why? Why? Like, I don't get it. They have 1 more win than us. Why?
Well, we did beat them once, so I think that factors into it.
I think that factors in. Plus, I think the Bears schedule having to play the Lions at the end of the year. There's like scenarios where the Lions would have the tiebreaker with the Bears because they already beat them once, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So there's
And we
that
still have to play the
possibility.
Niners.
Still got to play the Niners. Yep. So yeah, the Bears play the Packers, the 49ers, and the Lions. Like, that is rough.
It's not easy.
That is a rough schedule, right? So yeah, I think that's why they're at 73. Eagles just need one win to clinch their division. They'll probably get it this week. Buccaneers, Panthers, though. Now, this is going to be exciting. They play this week, and then they play the final week. So this is going to go down to the wire. Buccaneers schedule. So let's look at the Buccaneers schedule, because the Buccaneers have the Panthers, the Dolphins, the sneaky Dolphins, and then the Panthers again. That's not an easy schedule for the Buccaneers, man. No. That's their Florida rival and their in-division rival. I don't know, man. I feel like my Panthers are going to make the playoffs. I feel like they have to at this point. It's destiny. It's destiny. Panthers play the Seahawks. Oh boy. They just gotta beat.
Man Rivers was almost able to beat them. So
the Buccaneers twice and the Seahawks. But yeah, they can just beat the Buccaneers twice.
If they beat the Buccaneers twice, it's a guarantee. That's 2 losses for the Bucs and 2 wins for the Panthers. That's easy. So the Buccaneers, I think are toast. I think the Panthers are taking that division, which would be crazy. That the Buccaneers Seahawks, the Seahawks could go beat the Buccaneers and then they play again 2 weeks later in the playoffs, whoever the 5 seed is, right? Now, the Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers are all playing each other to end the year as well, right? So the 49ers also have the Bears on there. So that's gonna change a little bit of the playoff picture. So the 49ers play at the Colts and Phillip Rivers, then they play the Bears, then they play Seattle, right? And then the Rams play Seattle, the Falcons, and then the Cardinals. That's pretty much a guaranteed 1 seed, I'd say. And then the Seahawks play. They played the Rams, of course, the Panthers, like I said, and then they finished the season with the 49ers. So they got the Rams and the 49ers. I think the Seahawks might have the hardest of those schedules, but there's gonna be a little bit of movement because 2 of these teams or 3 of these teams have to lose a game at some point, right? I mean, the Rams could potentially go undefeated, but
I heard an interesting idea today from somebody at work.
What's that?
They said Thursday night football, it sucks because it's a short week. It's not real football. Our bodies aren't fully rested. You don't have time to game plan. So if it's if you're on a Thursday night game, then let the Sunday before be your bye
instead of the Sunday after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that way you have more time to prep for it. You get your body, and then you get the mini bye afterwards because you play on Thursday and they don't play again until the following Sunday. So that's 10 days. I think that just makes all more. So it's going to be more competitive games on Thursdays. It won't just be see what the heck they slept. We got lucky this year. We've had some quality Thursday games, but I think all in all that'd be win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I got to be honest, dude. I'm not even a fan of Thursday night football in general. I don't even like it at all. I don't like that.
It's not going to go away, though. The league's making money. So.
Monday night football is great, but I hate Thursday night football. I would much rather have 2 Monday night football games all year than a Thursday night game. Like, I like the idea of an East Coast and West Coast Monday night game, early game, late game, right?
Yep.
I hate Thursday night football, but you're right. It's not going away. They still dominate the airspace, but I hate Thursday night football. I want it to go away, but it won't.
But yeah, to have Rams Seahawks in such a pivotal game this late and it's going to be on Thursday night, just like it's not going to be what it could be.
It's not going to be as good of a game. I agree. I mean, maybe, but it's not going to be as fun. So, okay. So the Lions. So let's talk about the Lions, because the Lions lost to the Rams. The Rams actually did the Packers a favor by winning that game, because if the Lions won that, they would have an outside chance still to win the division. So the Lions got the Steelers next week, then the Vikings, who are on a mini roll right now, and then the Bears. So, I mean, it's the Lions, though. They have the potential to win all 3 of those games, no doubt, right? No doubt. But what do you guys think about the Vikings mini roll here against Washington and Dallas? Do you guys think it's real? Do you think it's just like a flash in the pan, or do you think the Vikings have maybe figured something out?
So Paul Farrington on his show immediately had a reaction video after they won. He said, "This is the most Vikings thing ever. Whenever games don't matter, we play great. The second they matter,
true.
We go back to crap." And I was like, that is kind of how they are. Yeah.
It's so crazy because they get beat up by the Ravens. They barely lose to the Bears on the last second, right? And then they get smoked by the Packers and Seahawks. Then they crush the Commanders, run up points on the Cowboys. They got the Giants this week. I mean, there's a chance they could win by 30 or lose by 30 to the Giants. Like, I don't even know what the Vikings are, but all I know is they're going to play spoiler because they got the Lions and the Packers at the end of the season. If they win either of those games, right, Packers or Lions, it's really going to mess with the playoff.
They do like to be spoilers at the end of the season too. They are kind of good at that.
They are good at that.
But the problem is that they have inner strife now with JJ not getting like passes and stuff. Like the Vikings are even more of a mess, I think, than even before.
Dude, JJ McCarthy doing Justin Jefferson's dance is like so insulting because he can't even get the ball to Justin Jefferson. His coach told him not to do the dance in the game, and he does it anyway. Like, what level of stupidity does this guy have?
Yeah,
like,
the Vikings actually have a good coach. Like, JJ McCarthy just irritates me.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
He's an idiot. He went to Michigan. Did you go to Michigan? No, you couldn't get into Michigan because you're too smart. So,
because we're too smart.
Did you go to Michigan? Yeah, that's what I think of JJ McCarthy. But overall, we're going to get to the Packers and we're going to talk about the game. But the Packers still got a pretty good chance to make the playoffs. Basically, the Lions have to win out. They have to win their next 3 games. And the Packers have to lose 2 of their next 3 games for the Lions to get in, right? So that is a very possible scenario. But if the Packers win 2 games, they'll clinch the playoff spot no matter what happens the last week. So this Bears game's really big, and the Bears just got to win, I believe, 1 more game to get in. If the Bears win and the Lions lose, the Bears clinch a spot as well.
Yep.
So. So there's a lot on the line this weekend. So it's going to be a fun one. Let's get to it. Let's get to Packer Bear talk, and we'll go from there.